Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this delicious looking Milky Way puff puff recipe that is taking the internet by storm. And to be honest, I can't take credit for this. Shout out to sisiyemmie for her easy to make puff puff recipe that I have been using for a while right now. So follow along in this recipe, super easy, super quick, and let me know what you think. Alright, let's go. So whenever you're cooking or baking, it's always best to measure out your ingredients and set them aside. So first we're going to measure out flour, then we're going to measure out sugar. You can use granulated sugar, caster sugar, they both work. And then for yeast, type of yeast that I'm using is active dry yeast. That's the type of yeast that you have to activate in water, in a mixture of water and sugar before you use. You can also use quick rise yeast as well. Then we're going to measure out water, which we're going to separate, which we're going to divide into two later on. Then we're going to use nutmeg. Do not skip nutmeg. I know a lot of people don't like nutmeg, but nutmeg is vital to getting that authentic Nigerian puff puff taste. Don't skip this step, it's vital. The first thing we're going to do is to proof the yeast. That's to make sure that the yeast is alive. So whenever you buy traditional yeast, you always want to do this step to make sure that you don't waste ingredients. So the water that we measured earlier, you're going to divide that into two and then put 1 teaspoon of yeast and then half a tablespoon of sugar into a separate cup and then set that aside. Next, we're going to sieve all the dry ingredients. That's the flour, the sugar, the nutmeg as well into a separate bowl. And then we're going to give that a quick mix as well. The next step is to check if the yeast has proofed. So what you want to look out for is this foamy texture of the yeasts and the water mixture and the sugar mixture. This is a very good sign that the yeast is alive, that the yeast is bubbling, that the yeast is ready to go and ready to use in your mixture. And all we're going to do is just mix all those ingredients together. That's the water, the yeast mixture, and then the remaining half of the water that you set aside for this recipe. So once you've mixed it thoroughly and there are no lumps, there are no clumps of flour or sugar, like it's smooth and it's velvety and it's, it smells good as well. You want to leave that aside and leave that to rise for at least an hour until it doubles in size. So if you look at my mixture right now, it has doubled in size compared to what it was before. And what I'm using right now is this 1 tablespoon measuring spoon. I use it to try and get like round puff puff. I can't use my hands. I don't even want to try to use my hands. Like I'm not even in the mood to try to use my hands. But like this 1 tablespoon gives me consistent a consistent size, or fairly consistent size, and helps me to track how many puff puff I make. Maybe I'm making for like an event. Using this spoon, I'm able to track, how much I make per batter or per recipe, basically. So you're going to make sure your oil is hot, but not too hot that the puff puff burns. But you want to make it hot enough that, at least 5 seconds in, the puff puff rises to the top and then starts to fry. So once your puff is done, put it in a plate or in a bowl, and then add some either evaporated milk. I use evaporated milk in this video, but you can also use sweetened condensed milk. And then you're going to add powder, your favorite powdered milk. I use Peak in this video. And then break up some Oreos or your favorite cookies into this, and you're done with the Milky Way puff puff recipe. It is so simple. I don't get why people are charging 15,000 for this thing, but you know, it is so simple, so easy to do, so delicious. I mean, people have said it slaps. Let me know if you do it in the comment section, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.